Hello, everybody. This is a short review of the Duolingo Latin from English course, which is the only Latin course that Duolingo has at the moment. Now, ideally, when it comes to Latin, I'd rather learn it from using Spanish as the language of instruction, maybe Italian, but there's no such thing on Duolingo. So I took up this course on a whim on Tuesday. 6 days later, I'm done with getting all the skills to level 1, and I'm pretty close to getting all the skills to level 2, actually. So I thought I'd make this little review with my impressions. The course is really, really short and basic. There are only 22 skills with an average of 4 lessons per skill. As regards verb morphology, it really only teaches the present tense, the infinitive, and the imperative singular, and it touches on a passive conjugation of present and deponent verbs. It teaches the first, second, third I stem, and fourth conjugations. It teaches the subjunctive of the verb vuolo. It teaches the mi placet construction, use of solio with infinitive, and the irregular verbs posum, eo, and sum. With verb morphology, with a noun and adjective morphology, it teaches the first, third, first, second, and third declension, and it briefly touches on the fifth declension with the noun dies, but it doesn't teach the whole paradigm because it doesn't teach the genitive, and apart from pronouns, the use of the dative is really limited. Of course, it teaches adjectives as well, adverbs in a, adverbs in iter, and other adverbs, question words. It really doesn't go into subordinate clauses very much. It teaches personal pronouns, but again, it focuses on nominative, accusative, and dative there. It does teach the locative. The course does not mark long vowels with macrons or vowel length at all, which I think is a big minus for the course. The course has real voices, which is pretty cool. It has classical pronunciation, 2 thumbs up there. Of course, whenever it's a real voice, you're gonna find a particular bone to pick with somebody's pronunciation of something. So expecting perfection in this regard is ridiculous. This is nobody's native language anymore. One of the big pluses that the course has is that it has notes for every single skill. And in every skill in the notes, it has the entire vocabulary list. So that if you want to take all the vocabulary and put it on flashcards for your personal review, it's super easy. Now, I don't know if somebody's compiled all these notes from the lessons on a single page in the forums. I hope somebody has, because it's a really great resource, but of course it's not consolidated. But maybe somebody's already done this, somebody from the course or maybe a fellow student. So I'll have to check for that. And if I find something, I'll put it in the description. So what can you really expect from this course? Now, it's not my first time with Latin. I took about a year total of Latin for reading only in college, and that was a long time ago, over 10 years ago. I was surprised at how much I remembered. I think the course is actually pretty good in how it presents information. One of the low points is that a lot of times, because of the way Duolingo handles typos, a lot of times you'll put in something in with the wrong case and it'll still mark it as correct, which is kind of frustrating because, it's not really reinforcing like distinction between nominative, accusative, and so on. So when I got that stuff, I reported it as, my answer should not be correct. The course is out of beta. It's pretty solid. Like it actually accepts a lot of different answers. I didn't have a lot of trouble with putting something in idiomatic English and have it marked incorrect, which is usually something, these kinds of things get worked out in beta. So the course seems to have been pretty well developed and maintained. I think the main flaw of the course is that the course is too basic, because it doesn't really go into like past tense or anything like it. Really, when it comes to verb morphology, it only teaches you the present tense, the imperative singular, and the infinitive, and the passive of the present. And pretty much that's it. There's no more verb morphology. There's no participles, no gerunds, etc. So certainly this is a very introductory course. In the beginning in the course, in the first few lessons, I was a little, I guess, a little put off because there was a lot of like non-Roman subject matter. You know, things like I live in New York and California. But actually, as the course progresses, it gets a lot more Roman, and it talks about, you know, wates and sacrifices and things like that. Of course, now this is perhaps predictable, but the course doesn't really talk about slavery for probably obvious, you know, PR reasons. But anyway, chances are, if you're interested in the course, you've read a little bit of Roman history and you know that that did happen. That's about it. I mean, the course is really simple, but it's fun if you're looking for a quick review of some of your Latin. Or if you're a complete beginner, I think the course is actually pretty approachable for a complete beginner. Although they don't take that many pains to explain basically syntax and like cases in the notes. So if you've never heard of cases in your life, then you might want to go and read about it on Wiki a little bit before you tackle this course. But if you've ever studied something like German or Latin or ancient or modern or ancient Greek or any Slavic language or any language with noun cases, this will come as no surprise for you at all. So yeah, I wanted to get this under 10 minutes, and there you go. That's really all I have to say about the course. It's fun. It's very basic, but yeah, go try it out. And hopefully in the future, they will expand it. They will add more content, and they will start marking vowel length. All right, that's it for now. See you later.